What a boring week. The only thing that's happened, besides the Democrats trying to impeach Trump, is tranny drama on Reset Era. I really, like, throughout the week, I usually take notes. Like, okay, I'm going to stream on every Wednesday. So, from the time my stream ends to the next streaming beginning, I will take some notes. Anytime anything happens, anything worth talking about happens. I write it down on a cue card or in a notebook, or I just use the announcements on the front page of the site as like a day-to-day diary of things worth talking about. And this week, literally nothing has happened. Besides, I mean, I've already talked about COPA. People are freaking out more about COPA now than they were last week. But I mean, I've already talked about that. It's been a law since the 1990s, and it just now got enforced, I guess, because Trump is trying to fuck with the big tech companies. So, what's there to talk about with that? I could talk about the actual impeachment trial, but I'm not even paying attention to it. I don't care. I don't think anything is going to change with that. I see it on Twitter. I see it every day on Twitter. I have no expectation that they'll actually get him out of office, right? Yeah, it's boring and sleepy because oh my god, here's how bad I am at streaming. I didn't unmute myself. I've been talking for like 30 minutes and I haven't unmuted myself. That's fucking great. So, let me restart, I guess, cuz what the fuck? Nothing has happened this week. Nothing has happened this week. There is some expectation on Twitter that Trump will be impeached this week. Such rumors are false. I was muted for 20 seconds. How the fuck did I mute myself for 20 seconds? That doesn't even make sense. I don't even know. Just kill me. To another dead person. Dead person's gonna be me by the end of the stream, apparently. Okay. I think it's because I have a piece of my computer. Did I mention? I don't know if you guys heard me complaining about my computer and how the guy who dropped it scraped off part of the motherboard. But I'm waving around a stick that's a part of my computer that's been ripped off of it because the entire front out half of the part that opens that reveals the fan for the water cooling, that got broken. So I'm waving around a piece of my desiccated case, and I think I hit the space bar and that muted myself for 20 seconds. Who knows? The only somebody did die. Somebody that the Finnish guy's been talking about. Apparently he's like a Finnish guy. I don't know if he's Finnish, but he had nose cancer, and the pictures of him with nose cancer are pretty hideous. But I don't want to show that because that guy's like recently deceased. I didn't break my PC. The Ukrainian post office did. See, I almost did it again. You heard that one. Nose cancer. Yeah, his nose is missing. Fuck it, I'll show it. Where is it? I just saw it a couple minutes ago. Finnish guy, I know you're listening. Post the picture of the guy missing his nose, and I'll throw it up on the screen so everyone can enjoy this dead man and his final visage before death, I guess. Because he's definitely dead now. Frederick has been complaining about. That's like I said. I have my cue cards and I go through it throughout the week, but nothing has happened. And Frederick is really, as in the founder of 8chan, is really trying to get me to talk about gym stuff and 8chan drama, but it's like, I don't know. I've been talking about it every week because it is kind of, it's interesting to me. The thing he's been talking about now is that I want to say that there was some recent news that the Supreme Court trial in Japan deciding if Hiroyuki Nishimura, the current owner of 4chan, should get 2channel back from Jim, who, in a panic after the initial ruling that Hiroyuki was entitled to get 2channel back, Jim renamed it to 5channel to try and make it legally distinct from the property that he believes he'll have to owe back to Hiroyuki if he loses it in the Japanese Supreme Court. So I don't even know what's the deal with that. I didn't even talk last time about how Frederick now has like a raccoon persona, which is very weird to me and makes me kind of uncomfortable. That's probably why I didn't talk about it the first time around, because it is kind of weird. It's weird to think about people that you know in real life being like raccoons. So I wish I had that exact tweet. He's just like, he's really asking for it. He's really fucking asking for it. I talked about the criminal complaint against him. I don't think anything's happened with that. I couldn't get the full document. Nobody gave me the full document. And the Filipino people that I talked to from the government said you had to go through like some kind of procedure that's not really easily available to me. So that is what it is. Raccoons are the best animals. Okay, I got the Cyberman photo. I'm not gonna like re-upload this stream, just so you guys know. This is just touching base. Oh my god. I don't know what I expected with nose cancer, but that's... Whew. Okay, I'll save the ones that look from most normal to least normal, and I'll throw those up. I guess I should cut the music off before I get a copyright strike. Okay, most normal. From what I understand, is he Finnish, like the actual guy? What is it? His Cyberman. I guess that's not a very Finnish name. So this is most normal. This is the beginning of the nose cancer. Or maybe it's like post-surgery. You know what it is? I think that this is after he got the nose cancer. This is most normal. This is after he got the nose cancer. You can see he's using like metal tubes to keep his nostrils open. And then I think he got his nose cut off, and that is like the cancer spreading to his brain. So he's dead now. Somebody tried to call the hospital he was in to ask to talk to him, and they were informed that he had passed away during the night. I feel bad. I don't know anything about this man, so I can't really give him a proper eulogy. But these pictures are all from, I think it's a Finnish image board called Yalil Alta, which the Finnish guy's a big fan of, so he's probably big over there. Pokemon's in real life. I feel bad. I don't know. Maybe I'll read up on them. Maybe I'll do a proper eulogy. People keep saying you need to do more proper streams on individuals like before. It's like all the library, the total library of weirdos available to me is a finite resource. Because either it's way too little to talk about for an hour, or it's way too much. Like I saw the documentary that Toad McKinley did on Chantal. Granted, I had done a proper stream on Chantal, but he went through and he said he watched, his was definitely more comprehensive, but he said he watched like 200 hours of Chantal, like from start to finish, and read like all 1,500 pages of her Kiwi pharmacy. And I'm like, that's fucking absurd. And there's no way that you could get me to watch 200 hours of something in preparation for a stream. I mean, it showed it was a pretty good thing, but at the same time, that's fucking ridiculous. I'll get rid of this guy. I'll talk about him again, maybe. I'll look into him. Who's that jackass? He's a dead man. Don't defame the dead. That's a criminal offense in the Philippines, apparently. Uh, talked about. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of talking about is the issue with the reset era, and the issue with the reset, like talking about what they're upset about, is impossible. It's impossible to talk about what their drama is, because it's like a different language. It's like trying to understand what's going on in Chile right now. Like, you could try and make an informed opinion about the riots in Chile, but I mean, unless you're there, unless you study it, it's fucking nonsense. And this is probably more nonsensical than whatever is going on in Chile, right? Because you have these people, you have Reset Era, which is like a bastion of mentally ill, super woke people who are in a perpetual nuclear arms race to try and make their concept of the world as distorted as humanly possible. And what happened is that the people who run it are probably less woke than the actual users, right? I get the feeling that the people at the top are just like business people who are trying to make money off it. And I'll talk about the money in a second, when I think they make. But apparently one of the mods had a transgender, lover. I don't know what to call them. But they got into the secret staff Discord. They were not supposed to be in the secret staff Discord, but because they were trans and also a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, of another mod, they got into the secret Discord channel. And they recorded, of all the terrible things that could be going on in this top secret Reset Era Discord channel, the grand offense would not be a stream unless I fucking got an email midstream. The grand offense that was recorded was someone was being ace-phobic, which is a word that makes no sense to anyone who does not spend at least 10 hours on the internet a day, especially Tumblr. An ace person is an asexual. Asexuality does not exist outside of sponges or starfish. I say that with 100% certainty. I think that if you have no sex drive, you're probably depressed, and you should probably go to a therapist. Your sexuality is not nothing. Your sexuality is something that is suppressed because you are mentally ill. And I imagine what the Discord people were saying was something to that effect, right? So all these mentally ill people on Reset Era who are offended that they've been correctly identified as mentally ill are freaking out. They have ace phobes in their midst, in the highest positions of authority. And when the tranny, whatever, friend of the staff member made this expose post about the NeoGAF or Reset Era staff being ace-phobic, they got banned, which was a big deal because apparently they were a super popular member of the community. And everyone changed their avatars to this weird persona type thing that they had as their display picture, in solidarity. Much like when France gets hit with a terrorist attack and everyone puts the French flag over their avatars for a week and pretend to care. When this person got banned, they all put the trans flag on their avatars, and they put their furry thing as their avatars in solidarity. And I guess because this is all online and isn't based on a real life tragedy, it did actually work. They got unbanned, and now they're all talking about how they're going to learn from this experience and grow. And when I read the words learn and grow in like an apology or a post these days, my skin just crawls. It's like everything is a learning opportunity that we can grow from because we didn't understand the impact of our actions, of our language. Because now we've identified a new microcosm of fucking self-identified weirdos that we have to pay special attention to. And we have to learn and grow from so that we don't hurt their feelings. And that's, I guess, the Reset Era is in a big learning and growing time right now. It is, yeah, it is groveling. And people were like, I can't believe anyone puts up with this. I can't imagine. People were comparing it to the actual Kiwi farms and saying, like, I can't imagine. There was one post in particular how like the someone was saying like, as a liaison of the trans reset era community, we are expecting that our demands be met this week, and we're looking for blah 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 blah. And someone was just like, I can't imagine someone like saying they represent like the trans community on Kiwi Farms trying to petition grievances to me, and seeing how that would work out and how that would not work out, and how I would ban everyone involved for being a fucking disgusting waste of time. But with them, it's a business, and that's the big thing. People don't realize how much money ads make. Even today, ads make a lot of money, right? People are like, oh, AdSense has completely invalidated advertisements. That's not the case. Not too long ago, a couple years ago, the first 2 years that the forum was up, I ran AdSense on the Kiwi Farms, and I ran it in two places. I ran it in non-intrusive on the sidebar on the front page, and at the top and the bottom of the thread list on, like when you open a forum and you see all the threads in that forum, I put it there. I couldn't post it and put it in threads where like the majority of traffic is, because the Google ad bots are very good at detecting porn. Like when you run AdSense, they have bots crawling your site and seeing on what context their ads are showing up to detect abuse. And if your ads are showing up next to pornography or something not safe for work, the bots very accurately identify it as an abuse of the system, and you get flagged after manual review. So I couldn't post any advertisements where the majority of traffic would go, but I still ran AdSense on a couple of pages. And even like years ago, when we were like 1/10 the size, the forum made $200 a month just off these side pages, right? So imagine how much money it would make even then if I could put ads on all the pages, including the majority of traffic. That would probably make it $1,000 a month, even at that much smaller scale. And then you multiply that by our current traffic volume, and you're at $10,000. And you have to keep in mind that Reset Era is several times bigger than the forum, like many times bigger. So when I say that Reset Era is probably making between like $10,000 and $50,000 a month just off ad money, not even including how much they charge users directly for like month-to-month premium subscriptions and ad-free viewing stuff. Like they make money, and the guy who owns it apparently is wealthy, right? He's already an independently successful person. So you have this guy who already has tons of money, who is ostensibly a real businessman, and who is just milking these fucking duds for everything they're worth. And people say, oh, these weirdos probably don't make that much money. Well, they don't have to make that much money to spend it, and they don't have to make any money to view advertisements. And I imagine that's where most of the money comes from. And it's really like a forum like that, even as big as it is, all expenses included, it's probably $100 a month to run. If it's smaller, like if I could just run the Kiwi Farms on what it would take normally to run a big PHP forum, it would probably cost me like $40 a month, and that would just be it. That would be all I need. Maybe $80 a month, and that would be generous. So no, it really doesn't cost anything at all to run something like Reset Era, unless he's paying staff, which I don't think he is. That's the other thing. It's like when you run a forum like that, full of these weirdos, you don't have to know anything about the culture either. You just find some pathetic people who do nothing all day every day. And you say, do you want power? All you have to do is moderate this forum and kowtow to the whims of other mentally ill people like you. And they do it. And they do it for free, if you can believe that. Forums like... It's really hard. It's really hard finding staff members who don't want to be staff, who are good enough to not want to be staff. That's the hard thing. But with like Reset Era, you just pay them with that kind of power, and they're happy with it. It's not like you're ripping them off. They're content with that exchange. And then the guys up at the top make all the money, and he can do whatever he wants. If he can run Reset Era in its current capacity for a year, how much is it? 12 times 50,000. That's a lot. That's your house. That's your car. and you can dump it and forget it. You can do weird stuff with it after you're happy with the money you've made from it. You can sell it to someone else. It doesn't matter. And people like these guys are going to realize one day that they are just like consumers. That's all they do. They are like a ravenous consumer base that wants, like, they always talk about how they want representation. You can pump out cheap shit that represents them and their interests, and they'll glorify it like it's the greatest thing ever made, regardless of its quality, regardless of its intentions. And they do that with Reset Era. They do that with video games and cartoons and movies. And I don't know. I really hate these people. I hate reading what they write. Let me pull this up, actually. I remember this. I responded to this on the forum, and while I was reading it, I was thinking just like, I fucking hold utter contempt for these people. And just how they write, which is, I don't know, it's not that fun to talk about, but... Oh, here it is. I don't like being angry. Contrary to popular belief. Oh, it's what I posted on Twitter, actually. Where the fuck is it? Oh, this is by a moderator. So I think he's like a black ally or something. He's saying, when you get involved in advocacy for minority groups, one of the first things you realize is that it's a continual work, striving to be an ally, not to be called one because you can't give yourself that label, but work to be one never finishes. There is no finish line. It is a constant work to check yourself, to reflect on your biases, and to see them for what they are, and to strive to be better. I was advocating for black queer people in that thread. I was triggered by the idea that our experiences were being compared and devalued. In doing that, I devalued ace people. I don't offer that as an excuse. I'm just like, your life is so much simpler when you don't give a fuck. When you take all the, like, I feel bad for this guy because he's clearly wrapped himself up into some kind of, like straitjacket where he's so, like, everything about his life is twisted and mangled into this purview of what is and is not offensive. I'm just thinking it's like worse than being dead. I can't imagine waking up every day and having to suck that much ass to keep my job, to keep food on the table. People like live like this. If you work cashier at a KFC and some tranny comes in and causes problems and you say the wrong thing and it gets captured and put on Twitter, like you get fired from KFC for that now. It's just a disaster. It goes on in Black Ally. That's the avatar, by the way. I'll show this thing right here. With the flag and the weird cat girl, looks like a thunder cat, and it has heterochromia because every I think heterochromia is like if you have it or if you want it in like your characters, you got something wrong with you. Because I think Christian Weston Chandler formerly has heterochromia. I think Sonichu has heterochromia. This cat thing has heterochromia. If you have two different eye colors, I got bad news for you. It's like a symptom of autism. Oh yeah, I do seem sleepy. I am sleepy. It's hard to care. It's hard to care about this because it's like whatever. They're freaks in like their little freak echo chamber, and they're freaking out on each other because one of the freaks said something nasty about the other freaks, and it's just like, good. What I'm really happy about is where's my man Dick at? Somebody posted something from him. Oh ha! I talked about this like last week with New Project 2, which is still up and running, by the way. The Chase executive called and denied that Discover asked them to cancel his account. and said that they would be given no further info or services. So he reported them to the comptroller of currency, which is a thing I've never heard of, and I cannot define the word comptroller because it sounds like the word controller. But I get the feeling that they would call it something else if that was the case. So I don't know. I don't know what a comptroller is, but Dick Masterson has reported Chase to the comptroller of currency. So good luck with that. She from Shira? Okay. Does she have she have heterochromia in the show? He does have a mild form of it, but that's whatever. He still technically has it. Like, you can barely see it, but I mean, it's cool. It's something you say, like someone might notice it on accident, and then you talk about it. Sorry, I'm looking at things that people want me to show. You know what? I'll look at one, then I'll call it quits. And like I said, I'm not gonna upload this anywhere. It's just a thing between us as friends. I don't want to miss a week because I'm on a streak, and I feel like if I miss a week, I'm doing myself no favors, and I'm disrespecting the fan zone. So check this out. It's heavily requested. Oh my god, it's 3 minutes long. Okay. Maple bacon Brussels sprouts with Jack Scalanafi.
Hey guys, what's going on? Are you ready for dish number 2? These are Thanksgiving side dishes. Before we get to the turkey, we did the wasabi mashed potatoes last episode. We're doing the roasted Brussels sprouts with a little bit of maple thrown in, a little bit of salt, a little bit of bacon. We're going to roast those. So
okay, somebody said pay attention to the dead arm. I guess that's the right arm because it's in his pocket. Is his arm like actually, does he have like a diabetic thing going on with it where he can't, why does he have the word bistro on like a microwave? He can't open those cabinets. He's made those cabinets inaccessible to himself by adding those stupid words up there. Okay, let's go.
Close and I'll show you all the ingredients.
Wasabi mashed potato. I'm optimistic. This can be good.
If you never had Brussels sprouts, they're really good. We're going to cut them in half. They have a sweetness all by themselves. If you've never tried them,
he had a stroke.
Them a little bit and just steam them and
that's
try
not
them
funny.
out.
Why am I laughing
Your
at that?
should be able to pierce the Brussels sprouts when they're done. They should be fork tender. But today's episode, we're going to cut them in half. Then we're going to roast them to where they get a little crispy.
No,
on the
3
outside.
strokes.
So we're going to use
that's
salt.
3 times as funny though.
We're going to use Brussels sprouts. We have some hickory smoked bacon. And then we got a little maple syrup. This is organic. This is an organic brand. So we'll be trying all that out on a cookie sheet, sticking it in the oven and putting it on roast.
It's got fucking bacon
first thing I need you to do is to cut this
maple syrup
off. Get rid of that. Second thing I need you to do is cut it in half. Okay?
Okay.
You can do that with every single Brussels
I feel like you could be doing this faster, Jack, if you didn't have a stroke.
Messy, but we've got all our...
An Apple iWatch. No wonder he has strokes.
You can use a hand. You can use a glove on your hand, whatever you want to do. I'm going to get my ingredients together here. Take a little bit of organic maple syrup. Spread it all over. I'll add the bacon.
Okay. On top. Bacon and Brussels sprouts seems okay.
And everything coated.
Ooh. Ooh.
Bacon coated.
No, use a utensil for that, my dude. You have salad tossers.
You see a good coating on everything.
My dude.
We'll go to the next step.
You can't get like you're getting like maple syrup and bacon grease all over your hand.
And you got it all laid out. There we go.
He didn't cook the bacon before putting it in with the vegetables?
I'm using kosher salt.
Oh, at least he's keeping it kosher.
All around.
I can respect that.
The bacon's going to be a little bit salty. The salt's just for flavor. Okay, we just pulled it out of the oven right now. The bacon's been cooked.
It looks nasty, Jack.
Pieces of Brussels sprout. They have brown kind of insides. You can see what
they're like fried in bacon trap. I mean, I guess that would be tasty, but like the way that it's presented.
Mix this up just a little bit. Still hot. Just came out. Just kind of get this tossed around.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be really sticky and gross.
Around the maple. Maple syrup is at the bottom. It's kind of sticky. Okay, we got one more side dish after this to show you.
That
Then we're
hand
gonna
really
be
is fucking
popping
gimpy,
the
isn't
turkey
it?
on the smoker. So be ready for that episode. That's coming up. All right, let's grab a piece of bacon and a nice roasted piece of asparagus. Simple, dirt easy dish that's absolutely delicious and will be one of the first to go. All right, try this out. Put it on roast, put it in the oven, roast it while you're out smoking a turkey or getting the rest of your dinner ready. Make it the night before if you have to. But this is beautiful. So I just want to say
I
thank
pray
you very
for
much
my
for
viewers.
watching.
If you
I love
need
you
a
guys.
specific prayer, email your prayer to prayer@givemefoods.com. That's funny. Now that I know that his arm is like paralyzed from his strokes, I can't stop noticing it. It's very obvious how he like keeps it in his pocket throughout the entire thing.
Guys, hope you're having a good holiday season, and I'll see you next week.
It's really sad because he has to like do things that require using two hands, and he doesn't have the capacity to use both hands. Email him. I don't need his prayers. I'm past the point of prayers. What's this? This is a different one. No. I think I've seen this before. This is on the Dick Squad channel where
So we got him into building computers, and I took him to a shop in Huntington Beach every 3 times a week. He was interning there. They were teaching him how to put it all together, and that was where he learned how to smoke pot. It escalated, and he started cursing at Tammy and May and having rage issues. And there were 2 times. Once he put his hand on me, and it wasn't like he pushed me, but it was in an aggressive way. Mm-hmm. And I took him down to the ground. I threw him down to the ground. And then the second time, he put his hands on Tammy, pushed her up against the door, and I took him to the ground, and I was going to kill him. I was choking him out, and I hadn't fought since school. The only time you stop fighting in school is the principal's coming. But this was a moment I was choking him and screaming in his ears, "You don't ever touch a woman. You don't ever touch a woman." At the top of my voice, I was choking him so hard, his nose started to bleed.
Oh, wow.
And
who the fuck is he telling this
I didn't
to?
know when to stop. So we sit down, and Pastor Davis gets up there, and he's like, first thing I hear him say, "We need to napalm the Palestinians." I'm like, I look at my honey, I'm like, honey, did the pastor just say we need to like wipe out a whole, everybody like over there?
Yeah,
and he's
for
like,
5 minutes.
And I'm like, I stood up. Where do I sign up?
That's fucking wild. Why would you tell people that? He should have finished him off, but as we all know from his cooking, he always stops when it's half done. That's pretty good. I don't know. Maybe I should look into him. I know that Colossal, this crazy guy, did a video on him and it was pretty good. But I wonder if anything's. I'm sure like those videos are like 2 years old. Maybe there's something to look into. Do a talk about. Because he seems right up my alley. Like it's very obvious. It's very simple. When someone punches or puts a hand on your wife, you choke them out. That's just how it is. I don't know. I can't be bothered to care. I had a mild interest in talking about this stuff because Frederick really wanted me to, but it's just it's the same thing as before. It's just ongoing, and there isn't like a Nick Rikita in Japan, and Nikaru or Rikitaru to talk to and ask about this kind of shit. It's just he said, she said, and nobody really has any idea of what's going on. Frederick speaks like elementary grade Japanese. It's who owns 2channel is the question, and it's a legal battle in Japan that's been going on for fucking years and years and years since Jim took it, and I don't know. It's just I'll talk about it when it's finished, but. That's the update. So it's not finished, I guess, is the big news. Because Jim says that it has been settled, but it was only settled in like a lower court, There was like one court ruled in Hiroyuki's favor, then an upper appellate court said, no, that's wrong, Jim is in the right, and now it's going to the Supreme Court. So, and I guess I could play a video game, but my upload speed is not that good, which is why I haven't uploaded the video from last week to BitChute, because BitChute is, I mean, it's just like a 3 gigabyte video, and it takes hours on this connection, so that's shit. Though Frederick was telling me that like BitChute's owned like by a pedophile or something. He was telling me that there was something really skeevy going on about BitChute. This is what he's been trying to get into touch with them, and I don't know what the full story is. Let me check my DMs real quick. It's about BitChute. He didn't tell me what it is. I've heard something about it. Does anybody know? If fucking BitChute is like, I would be very depressed by that, because I really want their technology. Like I don't have to use BitChute. Just please, God, get your shit open source so I can fucking do it myself, because I can manage. Is Antifa at this point? Yeah, I don't know. I'll wait for it. I just know that there's something going on with that. That they're going after the BitChute guys. The BitChute guys are out of London, or the UK in general. I don't know where in the UK, but it's like you can't host a platform like BitChute in the UK. There's like an expiry date on that platform as it stands. So I'm hopeful, but I'm not optimistic regarding BitChute's survival, because it's putting a big target on its back. I don't understand how it's getting funded. I don't know how they're still operating out of the UK. There's a lot of shit I don't trust about it. It's looking skeevy. And if this crowdsource shit that they're gonna make a GoFundMe for to pay for their new streaming platform, if that's not open source and that's not peer to peer, I have no interest in it. Why would I want to crowdfund another Stream.me? Why would I want to crowdfund another DLive.tv? You know, those things already come and went. It's not viable. I'm not being negative. I'm just saying that this is the reality of the situation. I'm really hoping that they prove me wrong and they do what I'm looking for, so that I don't even need them in the future. But I don't know what to expect. Peer-to-peer live streaming would be great, but like I said, I haven't seen the GoFundMe yet, so I don't know what to expect with that. All right. Is anything else? Anything else I'm missing? I know that the Nick Fuentes stuff is still going on. They're trolling the shit out of the TP USA people, who have a terrible name, by the way. Every time I think of TP USA, I think of like actual toilet paper. It doesn't inspire much confidence in the group. But I mean, that's all politics. It's like the impeachment shit. Like, who cares? I mean, people do care, but that's not my cup of tea. I'm sure Ralph will talk about it. I'm sure he's been talking about it. I don't know how Ralph does a 3-hour show every night. I've been looking at this entire week, and I can't think of anything to talk about. Mountain Dew. Oh, okay. There is one more thing, and I'm gonna call it quits with this, because I don't wanna waste people's time. As I say, once I run out of things to say, it's time to end the stream. That sounds about right. I received a DMCA request, which is not out of the norm, right? I received this Monday, and I'll just read it. It's not terribly incompetent, but it is incompetent and bewildering once you start thinking about it. Okay. Dear web owner, my name is Chris Gold, and I am the CEO of Mentors.company, a company specializing in the stolen online content, fraud, and slander cases. or slander cases if you prefer. A website that your company hosts, according to Whois information, is infringing on the rights of my client, Padma Ayon Prakasha. And I think he's a white guy who has like an Indian Buddhist name, like as a taken name. I'm not sure though. This guy might be worth looking into because he seems crazy, and I'll explain why in a second. Perhaps the article was linked to your website without permission. The original article, to which is in violation of numerous civil rights and slander, can be found here. Now, obviously, an article can't commit slander, and a private person cannot infringe civil rights. The other one is, it's saying that the article was linked to my website without permission. Also very strange. It's not really specifying what the DMCA is. And then it's a gurumag.com link to the new predator spiritual teacher Padma Ayon Prakasha accused of abuse. And this is a expose about this guy, and it's owned by someone named B. Schofield, who is, I want to say, oh, this is like a link to itself. Oh, hold on. This is not a very good website. Oh, just fuck it. I know that there are pictures of them if I pull it up. Come on, Yandex. Here, let me use Google real quick. I do want to. I would just give up at this point, but I really, really, really need to show you a picture of this person. Am I spelling it wrong? What the fuck? Oh. Schofield, not Schofield. It's still wrong. Okay, here it is. This is B. Schofield, and if you can't tell by looking, they are a transgender person and an advocate for transgender rights who happens to be accusing this person, Padma Ayon Prakasha, who is a spiritual teacher, of being a cult. This is like an anti-cult website led by this B. Schofield person. The original article was issued on medium.com but was taken down, and the author was then ejected from the medium.com platform for unethical and illegal actions. The author then created her own website and is now under legal investigation in 2 different countries for at least 2, if not more, legal cases against her. This letter is official notification under Section 512C of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, DMCA, and I seek the removal of the aforementioned infringing link from your website. I request that you immediately remove the infringing material and cease any further posting of infringing material to your server in the future. The link in question is this. Now, this is also funny because this link does not actually fucking lead to what they're complaining about. I had to find it myself to figure out what the fuck they're talking about. And it's on the bottom of page 146. This person posted links to this article on medium.com and Gurumag. This is all typical like DMCA template shit. But then at the bottom, after asking me to remove these links to a third-party website under penalty of copyright infringement, they say, should you wish to alter your link rather than remove it, you may link to the following article, bit.ly True Facts Medium. Please refer to this link in case you need more assistance with link removal. And that's basically asking me to de-index link references to this Guru Mag website on my site. And I guarantee you that the reason why they're asking for this is because, and I haven't tested this on Yandex, so I might look like a dipshit when I do this. Can't spell his name. But on Google, if you type... Are you kidding me? Make it very hard to show your fucking search engine when you do this to me. Okay, no, it doesn't work on... How is this already above Guru Mag? Whatever. This link to the expose article is like number 2 on Google for me at least. So what they're trying to do is get me and my big website to remove this link to Guru Mag because it gives Guru Mag a SEO boost. That's how SEO works nowadays, is that when you have good link-ins to a website, they become more prominent within the search engine as opposed to a website that nobody links to, which is why Wikipedia is always at the tippy top. It's just how it works, the references. So what they're trying to do is get me to take that link off and replace it with this article from medium.com called The New Predator, Spiritual Teacher Padma Ayan Prakasha, a response. And this is from him, and it has the full text of his response. And it's extremely loud or extremely long, and he's only got 2 claps for it, which is quite sad. So my response was, links to articles are not copyright infringement. See Perfect 10 Inc. versus Google Inc., which was a lawsuit from Perfect 10 against Google saying that their links, I think it was via images, to their content circumvented a specific index page on their site where they made money. So by shortcutting people past those pages to the actual images or content was copyright infringement. And in Perfect 10 versus Google, the Supreme Court, I believe, held that it is not copyright infringement to link to stuff. So strike one, you're trying to DMCA a link, which is not copyright infringement. And that has very strong case law for it. Number 2, he completely misidentified the post in question. And then number 3, and perhaps the most interesting, is he is submitting a DMCA complaint about linked content from gurumag.com, which is written by B. Schofield, the transgender person, and their client is apparently Padma Ayan Prakasha. So by doing that, they are basically committing perjury, I feel, and they're definitely committing an offense under the DMCA, the Copyright Act, under Section C, or 506C, which is... off. Fraudulent copyright notices. Any person with fraudulent intent places on any article a notice of copyright shall be fined not more than $2,500. I don't know if anyone's ever been fined under that, but it definitely seems applicable here because I mean, I don't even think this Chris Gold guy exists. He says that he's the CEO of Mentors.company. If I go to Mentors.company, I get this crazy shit. Like, this woman is like a scam artist from the Netherlands who I don't even know what this advertises. Ready to finally take your sales revenue to the next level. Discover how to turn LinkedIn into your biggest leads and sales generator with consistent and predictable results without being aggressive or salesy, even if LinkedIn is the only digital platform you use. So it's just like bullshit. And I don't know how the fuck Chris Gold is the CEO of this company when Jennifer Sergius appears to be the face of it. So it's very weird, and I'm curious. It's one of those things where, as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, this is all fucked up, and I'd like to know more. So, yeah, the Malaysia 370, it's like I get weird people just emailing me, like, please look into my life and my history, because I'm a fucking crazy person. So, I think that is the crown jewel of what I've got for this week. So, $400 for a month. Yeah, right. What a steal. Is that how much it said? 3 months at 300 euros. Access to all 10 stages, 2-month coaching session. Wow, this sounds a lot like the guru teacher, Padma Ayan Pradesh. Seems a lot like something that he would teach. What do I know? I just really fucking hate this website, by the way. It's like, Chris Gold is just like the most stereotypical name for like a lawyer ever possible. No, he's like a cultist or something. He runs... I don't want to dive too deep into him without research, but... Because I found out about this through researching this woman's thing, right? And how they run like a bunch of Facebook groups trying to hunt down this guy's cult. I wish there was just a link to it, because there is. He's not. They're not saying like the. Could all these women get tied up into weird sex cults with like Buddhist people? Oh, Agama Yoga. That's the name of it. I remember this. This is the name of the cult. They've tried to change their name to something that's harder to SEO bomb. E. Schofield. I think this is it. No, that's not it. That's just her Facebook page. They like tracked the cult just changed its name to like yoga, like just yoga, and has anagama yoga and all sorts of other really generic terms that are harder to like say. Oh, this guy's like a rapist. By the way, don't join this cult. So I don't know. If you guys want to look into it, go for it. I might. I would like to. I think it's probably. I mean, it sounds like a trans lifeline thing, where you have someone who is skirting under the radar for a long time and is getting away with a lot of shit just because no one cares. No one being nice. Don't give me shit for saying she. It's annoying. Okay. All right. As I said, this is like a little talking time between me and my friends on the internet, because there's just nothing that interesting to me, and I hate going at a week without. So I feel it's better to touch base and just say like, this is this is the state of the internet. Though I am curious. I really hope that fucking weirdo from the cult emails me back, because it would be pretty entertaining. I would like to continue the conversation. All right, give me an outro song, internet. All right, this works. I'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.